What's up, family? This is Jimmy About the Hood, aka Dr. Spencer Reed. And as I continue to show, be building this stack out, this episode, we're going to talk about the Silver Buffalo Round. Stay tuned. So last episode, we talked about the South African Krugerrand, which is still here. And I just keep these couple coins up here just for illustration purposes because there's some points I want to make out about this current round that I want to talk about, this Buffalo round, that I need these to illustrate. So first off, this isn't considered a coin, it's considered a round, right? And you say, well, what's a round? So round is a term used in the physical precious metals industry to describe like they're coin-like oval-shaped pieces, but they're not formally legal tender issued by a sovereign government mint, right? So before I talked about these American Eagles, or as I call them, dips, short for Dipset. You see the bird? If you know, you know. So these dips, as I call them again, remember I'm talking about the American Eagle when I say dips, it's just what I call them. So these dips right here, as I showed last video, $1, right? So that comes from a government mint. These OVOs, or Canadian maple leaves, I call them OVOs. If you know, you know. But it's from the Canadian mint, and they're $5, right? That's a South African Krugerrand. But this right here is made at a private mint, right? It's made at the Sunshine Mint. If you see this right here, it says SMI. It's a very well-known mint, but it's not a government backed, so it's a private mint. But that's what that SMI stands for right there. But it's still a very popular coin. Nonetheless, well, excuse me, round. Make sure I use the right terminology since I'm talking about terminology to you. I call them all coins because they look like coins to me, but there is a definite difference. Say that 4 times. There's a definite difference between a coin and a round within this space. So part of why I started making these videos is to show the stack, but also to make people more aware of this this industry. And part of learning any industry, whether it's real estate, the stock market, or whatever it is you're trying to learn, is to use the correct terminology. So I got to correct myself there. These are rounds. You know what I'm saying? But I like these rounds nonetheless. Long story, this is, and again, so last episode I was talking about these two, and I was saying that this is my favorite. The dips are probably my favorite. I mean, it is my favorite. Although every time I look at this, I question whether the dips are my favorite, but this is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dipset Bird Gang. But I think I need to get more of these. And, you know what I'm saying? I picked a couple up this week, but I like this, and give you a quick story of why I like this, right? So, in a previous video, I talked about me getting into coins years and years ago. And the first thing I actually bought, when the first coin I ever bought was a Eagle, and I had no idea what I was doing. And this is maybe 12 years ago. And I was buying it, like I pointed out in that video, for collection purposes. And one of the only silver coins they had at the company I was buying from was the Eagle. So I've been buying Eagles since then. But even before then, take a step back, in my childhood, my grandfather had a gold buffalo. And he took it, and it wasn't a 1 ounce, because this is 1 ounce. It was gold. It may have been like a ½ ounce. But he took it and had it made into a ring. And my grandfather gave me that ring. And ever since then, I've had like a fondness for the buffalo. I wish I still had the ring. I don't have the ring. I had a family member who was addicted to drugs that sold it, and that's another story for another video. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed to say that. All of us have family members that get addicted, but that's a whole other story. And I'm gonna save that for a book or something. But that family member took my gold. I had a gold buffalo, ½ ounce, and it was put into a ring. It was amazing, and sold it on the street. But that's either here nor there. So I've had a fondness for this this coin for a while. So, and just to talk a little bit about the coin, right? It features like this iconic design from the Buffalo nickel, or Indian head penny. And that was a copper nickel 5-cent piece that was done by the United States Mint back in like 1913 through 1938. And it was designed by this famous sculptor. His name was James Earl Frazier, right? So he was from Minnesota, and he was a famous sculptor, and they had him design this copper nickel 5-cent piece that, well, that design was taken to create this round here. You know what I mean? And he said back then that he was inspired by the prairies that he grew up on, which is why you see this buffalo here. And by the way, I have nicknames for a lot of these rounds and coins. Like I told you, these are dips. You know what I'm saying? These are OVOs. And this right here, we call these Griseldas. At least I do. You know what I'm saying? Because they from Buffalo. If you know, you know. Again. So it's interesting just looking at this design, right? Because it has this Indian here and Native American, I shall say, and you know, but then on the other side, it definitely does have this buffalo. And this buffalo was said to be motivated by a buffalo in New York City Central Park. It was a buffalo named Black Diamond. So just a little bit of history about this coin. You know what I mean? There were a lot of Indian head coins that were made back then. Another interesting thing that I own is this here. If you take a look at this, put it in there. It's an Indian head cent from 1902. And it actually has another Indian similar image. But this is think about this coin right here. And the reason I leave it in this plastic is literally from 1902. So I just find this interesting. Again, you know, I'm a guy that loves history. So, but getting back to this, they make this amazing round in gold as well. And that's one of the pieces that I will be purchasing pretty soon. But recently I just got these, so I want to show you these. I add these to the stack, and I got a couple of them. They're all the same thing though. But you know what I'm saying? And again, this isn't the whole stack because I leave them in storage. When I make the videos, I show what I have with me. You know what I mean? But I don't keep everything with me at one time. So, but I always got a couple dips, some OVOs. And this is going to be one of my favorites as I build everything out, right? So I'm buying a lot of rounds. Well, I'm not buying a lot of rounds. I'm buying a lot of coins. The dips and the OVOs are going to be the primary part of the stack. I'm going to buy as many of them as humanly possible. But I think I just, you know, and I know it's a little bit of nostalgia, but also this is just it's a dope round. You know what I mean? So a little history about the Buffalo round, but also just in terms of what a round is. Also, I want to mention this because part of this series is also just about educating us on this space. And like I said, using the correct terminology. But also, I know I've mentioned in a couple previous videos and watching them back, premium. And I talk about why the premium is higher on a coin as opposed to a bar when I showed the Apnex bar that I bought. So a premium is like the dollar amount per troy ounce over the current spot. So there's a spot price, right? You can look up and see what the spot price of silver is or what the spot price of gold is. And it's an amount charged over spot, right? So the premium is caused by production costs that a mint or bullion producer encounters when they make their products. But one of the things about these coins having a high premium is that you get that premium back sometimes when you sell. I was actually in a coin shop yesterday, JP Coins out in the northeast part of Philadelphia. Talking to the gentleman who runs that there. First off, most of what he had was dips. I was like, damn. So he was, you know, willing to buy dips and sell dips and things like that. But these are very liquid. These are very liquid. You know, and talking to him, he was willing to buy any dips that I was willing to sell him. So I paid the premium, which cost a little bit more than, say, buying a round, you know. But you get it back when you actually sell. And these are just so much more liquid than, say, a big bar. Not saying you couldn't sell a big bar, but just understand that in terms of liquidity, these are more liquid. One of the things I like about certain investments is the liquidity of it. And these are very liquid. So another reason why I'm a huge fan of the dips. Don't even ask how. These are liquid too. Probably the second most liquid. And they're amazing looking. So this is the reason why I kept these up here is this video is really about this. But it's to show the difference between buying a round versus buying a coin. This has a lower premium. The bars have a lower premium. And the bigger the bar you buy, the lower that premium is. So if I went and bought a whole kilo bar, that premium will be a lot lower than buying that same weight content if I bought it all. Because all of these are 1 ounce. All of these are 1 troy ounce. This is 1 troy ounce. So each one of these is 1 ounce of pure silver, right? So all of these are 1 ounce. But if I took, you know, and bought a big kilo bar, or if you look at that Atmex bar that I had, I don't have it on me now, but that one bar that I showed was about 5 ounces, so it was 5 of these. But I paid more for 5 of these than I did that one bar because of premium. But again, if I want to sell, I probably could sell these a lot faster. Now, not saying you couldn't sell it, just is a lot faster. Also, when you look at gold, right? So 1 ounce of gold like this, right now, as I currently make this video, excuse me, the gold spot price is close to 2 grand, a little bit less than 2 grand. We probably at like 18 and some change. But imagine having a kilo of gold. Not that it's illiquid, but it's probably easier to sell 1 ounce of gold versus one big bar. So that's another reason why I like buying coins as opposed to big bars, are because from a fractional standpoint, I can get these off a lot faster if I need be. But again, I'm not looking to sell anyway. I just like to go to coin shops around the city just to see if I could sell if I wanted to, for one, and also to see what they have there. But again, this is about the Buffalo round, this beautiful round here. You know, just to show you again. And talk a little bit about the history of this round and how it differentiates itself from the dips and from OVO. And remember, the language for this one, these are Griseldas. So I got to stack my Griseldas now, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, I appreciate you, you know, watching me build this stack out. There's a playlist for all the gold and silver videos that we have on our channel. We're going to continue to bring some content about this space because, again, we talk a lot about real estate, about the stock market. We even have some crypto videos. But we want to talk about all these spaces because we believe that we should have a hand in all of them. Anywhere there's money being made or money being saved or however you want to put it, we need to have some interest in that space. So, again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Hit me up. Give us some feedback on this video. Let me know, like, which one you like the best. You know what I'm saying? Do you like the dips? You know, you like the OVOs, or are you more of a Griselda person? Like, which one do you like? I ain't forget about this, too, either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no slick name for this yet, but these are the South African Kruger Rands from the last video. So, with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Show you what else I got in, but this is about these Buffalo rounds, or as I call them, Griseldas. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.